Okay, so I'm working on a quilt for the baby. I got all of my colors laid out on paper first, so I've got them all cut and stacked in rows. Very bottom over there starts row 1. There's going to be 12 total with 9 blocks across. So we're doing roughly about a 45 by 60 inch quilt. The baby's having a fussy day and the dogs are being ornery too, so I'm not going to record the actual sewing process, but I will bring you back as I finish stuff. So, see you then. Okay, so I finished the baby's quilt. Not perfect, not by any means. Some of my stitching isn't even straight because I still struggle with that. I was using a walking foot, but but I missed a couple pins. I'll have to take those out. I did bind it with satin binding, which I really, really hate right now because it was a pain in the butt. And I made this out of different colors of fleece, which I wasn't smart enough to pay attention to what direction I was cutting the squares in. So some of them are all wonky and a little misshapen, but you know what? It's okay. It's the very first quilt I made. At least like this. I've done fleece blankets before, but I've never done them like patchwork like this. So I am actually quite happy with it. And I know that as I do more, I'll get better and better at it. Like, you can see some of the, don't mind the dust and debris on my bed. I've got to sweep it again. Sweep it, brush it off. You can see some of my stitches aren't perfect. You can see some of them where they stretched and want to come apart. But it's fleece, so I'm not too stressed over that because it won't fray anyway. The one area that I think I struggled the most with, if I can find it, maybe, it's here somewhere. I'll find it as soon as I turn the camera off. And then I'll be upset because I couldn't find it to start with. But anyway, it's the spot where the binding, oh here, here it is. See, that's my not so pretty overlap on the binding. I wasn't thrilled about that, but I thought it would look stupider if I added another piece to go over the top when I had cut the one a little too short. So I did heat seal it to try to keep it from fraying, but if I need to, I can always do binding on it, I guess. You know, that's not a major deal. But overall, I'm happy. I used, there's light pink, there's a light purple, a dark purple, a dark pink, and then white. And then I did the binding in white. And the back side is one solid, like a peachy color. Just another shade of pink. You can see my walking foot. I broke a couple of needles, so all of the stitches in here is going to drive me nuts. But I'll fix that eventually if I need to. But it's not perfect, but it's the very first one I've ever made. Only the second time I've used binding in my life. So overall, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at all. It does have a layer of batting in the center, so it is nice and fluffy and warm. So hopefully the baby will be able to use this for quite a while, because she's it'll still. But there you go, my very first quilt. I didn't record the process. I was doing it over the weekend here. Today is Saturday, and it's the weekend we have the kids, so it's always loud. They're playing video games. It just wasn't feasible to record at the same time that I was sewing, because I was getting a little frustrated. I think I broke 3 machine needles while I was doing it, and 2 of them were denim needles, and it still broke them. So, but it's done. I'm happy with it. I have ordered some, like, tags to put on stuff that I've made, which they haven't come in yet, so I will have to fix that, or I'll have to add that when they come in, which I'm okay with, because there are some spots that I could use to go back over the binding, so I'll just shove it in one of those little gaps that I don't like and then restitch around it. But for now, like, see, this is one right here. I don't like how that lays. But it's okay. It's a blanket. It's going to get washed, it's going to get loved, it's going to get used. Oh, but see, look, that's a spot I missed. But again, it's because this is fleece, I'm not worried about it fraying, so I'm not too super worried about it. But I'm just glad it is done, and she can use it now. There you go.